September has been a crazy month for gaming news, at least when it comes to platformer games, and we're only halfway through the month. Between Spyro's 25th anniversary, the number of Brawl 2 reveals, and so much more, there's been a lot that I simply haven't had the chance to talk about, and hopefully this first video in a series of weekly update videos will hopefully get me and you guys up to speed on everything that happens with the platformer gaming space within a given week. So basically, I'm working on these videos as things are getting announced, so yeah. But I kinda stopped doing updates like this given the thumbnails looked kinda sloppy back in the day, among other reasons. But I'm hoping to change that so I have time for other content without worrying about falling behind on the news. So, without further ado, let's talk about Crash Team Rumble Season 2. This season introduces a brand new party mode, which is the new gimmick of this season. Essentially, there's 5 brand new 4-player co-op minigames, with 4 of them being available from the start of the season, those being Speedrun, Get Lit, What's Cookin', and Dig It, with bounce balloons coming later on in the season. At the time of recording this video, I haven't personally played party mode yet, but here's what TFB, aka Toys for Bob, has to say about it. Your team works together to complete progressively challenging activities and boss battles. On top of this, there'll be a rotation of 10 new limited time modes every weekend called TFB Labs. Some of these include Free v Free, Zap Trap, and Wampa Rama. Minefield is a new power for this season, allowing you to leave mines in your wake. Perfect if you want the true Ripperoo experience, and it might even be my new favorite power. Goodbye, Greg. You served me well, and you will be missed. But unlike the first season, we're going to be getting 2 brand new maps this time. Jazz Function, based off, well, Offbeat from It's About Time, and Waist Deep based off the Cortex Castle levels, also from Crash 4. It also appears that we'll only be getting 1 new character for this season, and that's Ripto. Yeah. He was finally invited to the party, and now he's ready to unleash his rage. This will be his first ever playable appearance, and that he's going to be a booster class character, a character class that I personally main. However, it appears somebody's missing.
Someone courageous, strong, handsome, and purple, who breathes fire.
Oh yeah, Spyro. Well, we actually see his tail in the top right corner of the new Season 2 calendar, and since we only see his tail, it indicates that he'll be charging into Season 3, which, going by the time left on Season 2's Battle Pass, it would start on or around December 5th. Conveniently, that's the final date we see on the calendar, and it's just 2 days before the Game Awards 2023, which is where the community has been placing a lot of bets that this is where Spyro 4 will be revealed, with the title releasing in 2024, which, by the way, is the next Year of the Dragon, and the year itself was part of the Party Like It's 2024 Platinum Trophy for Reignited Spyro 3, so we'll see how it goes. Next up, we've got an update regarding SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake. It's actually been a hot minute since we heard anything about this game, aside from the occasional patch, and the fact that it did sell over 50,000 units on Steam, which, from what I heard, is actually pretty good for a platformer on Steam. But that's not what we're here to talk about, as earlier in the week, THQ Nordic, out of a clear blue sky, revealed that the Cosmic Shake is dropping for the PS5 and Xbox Series next month. To be exact, October 16th. For those who already own the game on PS4 and Xbox One, the upgrade will be free! And aside from a few improvements for the DualSense capabilities, there's also going to be another patch dropping at the same time for every platform, addressing a few other issues which, cool, awesome. I appreciate that they're still trying to make this game better, because in the review I did back when the game came out, There were still a few bugs that were present, such as the screen randomly freezing and a 100% guarantee that it would happen with hiding bushes in rock bottom. Obviously, this bug is still present alongside the English audio not quite syncing up in certain cutscenes, including the intro cutscene on PS4, which, not gonna lie, kinda sucked. But this patch also brings with it a photo mode. Not exactly the game I would imagine having a photo mode, but hey, if Sonic Frontiers can get one, so can SpongeBob. This patch will also be adding 2 brand new costumes. King Doubloon for collecting all the doubloons in the game, and then Plush Gary upon completing every single award. I do see this as a problem cause once you do either one or both of these things, there's almost nothing else left to do in the game, so unlocking them sounds kinda pointless, but hey, I'm still gonna go for them anyways. Oh, and you know that track used in the Jellyfish Jam episode of SpongeBob? Well, they brought it back for Cosmic Shake, and now it's in CTRumble as one of the final Battle Pass unlocks for Season 2, like what? Seriously, when's the Crash and SpongeBob crossover gonna happen? I need it to happen. Please, Activision, you've got another collab opportunity right there, don't waste it. Okay, jokes aside, and speaking of SpongeBob, let's shift gears to some Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 updates. Recently, and this was way before this week, but I just wanted to bring it up anyways, but a Reddit user spotted that the game, which retailers originally had listed for an October release date, well, those same retailers are now saying that the game was moved back to November 3rd for the console versions and November 14th for the Switch version. While none of the developers, Game Mill, or even Nickelodeon has confirmed any of these dates to begin with, so we can't truly say that it was delayed, as it's still planned to release this year, so obviously between now and December. But if the game needs more polish, I'm not gonna complain. The game looks phenomenal, and with the likes of El Tigre and Ember from Danny Phantom, 2 characters that I'll definitely be maining when it comes out, I cannot wait, and hopefully they approve my request for a review copy. But please, take all the time you need, we can wait. Oh wait a minute, I just contradicted myself. Oh no. I know there's a bunch of other trailers and Easter eggs I could go over, but for the sake of time, I won't do that today. Still, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to when it comes to Nick Brawl 2, and I'm gonna try to do a better job at keeping everyone up to date with it.
Hello, suckers!
Next up, the marketing for Sonic Frontiers' final DLC, The Final Horizon, is in full swing. Yes, after nearly a year of waiting, we're just a couple of weeks away from Amy, Knuckles, and Tails being playable for the first time in a very long time. This comes as Sonic Team vowed to rewrite the game's ending after practically everyone was in universal agreement that everything beyond the story of the game's technically 4th island honestly felt rushed, despite getting some tears out of me, and of course that's not even counting the pop-in that still plagues the game. Well, they're living up to that promise. Supreme got a new design, Super Sonic 2 is a thing, and most importantly, the final island story is changing. Slight spoilers in case you haven't played Frontiers. There is an official description over on the game's Steam page, and this might technically count as spoiler territory, so skip to the timestamp if you want to avoid them. So, if you're still here, let's go. Before the final battle on Oranos Island, Sage reconsiders an unlikely scenario amongst her millions of simulations. With the assistance of Sage and Dr. Eggman, Sonic sets this new plan into motion and accepts the challenge of converting the cyber corruption into a vast, previously untapped power source. Meanwhile, Amy, Knuckles, and Tails seek to do their part and begin searching for the Chaos Emeralds on Sonic's behalf. Can their courage change their fate? To accompany this, we got a beautiful trailer animated by Evan Stanley, one of the Sonic IDW crew, with Ian Flynn, one of the Sonic IDW writers, also making a return to write this DLC's story. Sonic Frontiers may not be a perfect game, but dang it, The fact that they've spent the past year improving it by adding new features, challenges, the spin dash, it's a very special game, and I'm glad it's getting the care it deserves, even proving to Sega themselves that Sonic games can be good again. This is a story we almost never see with this series, as Sonic games typically release, get a single patch or two, then move on to the next project. So, the fact that this is even happening is an absolute miracle. As for gameplay though, we haven't seen anything yet, aside from mods using stuff from the game files, but I'm not going to show any of that. We do have Tokyo Game Show happening next week, so it's possible we'll see some gameplay there. Also worth mentioning that we got a tease for some of the new soundtracks for each of the characters. Some really good stuff there, and I'll be linking it in the description below if you want to check that out. Since we're still on the topic of Sonic, a new sneak peek for Sonic Prime's third and final season, part, or whatever it is, drops on September 27th via Netflix's Drop 01 live stream. It begins at 9 AM Pacific and 12 PM Eastern Time. We're probably going to get a release date with this trailer, and considering how the previous batch of episodes ended, I'm very excited to see how this is going to end. Speaking of endings, and this video will probably wind up going live after the game launches, but Boti Byteland Overclocked launches, or already did launch on Steam this week. And if you haven't heard about it, I can't say I blame you, cause it's being developed by an indie studio, Purple Ray Studio, and published by Untold Tales. This game gives off major Astro's Playroom and Ratchet & Clank vibes, both serving as inspiration for the game's visuals and world. It takes place inside of a computer, and it's overall just a very cute game. It runs on the Unreal Engine 5 with co-op support where levels will change seamlessly depending if the game is played in 1 or 2 players. Something Sackboy: A Big Adventure inspired how these levels are meant to be played, and it even kicks around some new ideas in the platformer genre, such as musical slides and magnetism. I actually spoke with one of Purple Ray's founders, as well as the art and creative director on Boti, Nell, several months ago in the hopes of making a video about the game, and was kind enough to provide me with some footage and answer some questions I had about the game. Sadly though, I had a good bit of the video done. It's just a lot of things happened, my computer couldn't play the demos, and it was, unfortunately, one of the videos that got left behind. Though I think that'll be changing soon, cause the team's aiming for an early 2024 release date for PS5, Xbox Series, and Nintendo Switch versions. So I will be seeing about doing a review for the Switch version once I hear back. Either way, it's a pretty cool looking game, and with that said guys, that's going to do it today. I feel like we've covered a good bit of platformer news to be all caught up, so there's some pretty exciting stuff ahead, but enough from me. What do you guys think about Crash Team Rumble's second season, Sonic Frontiers' final DLC, the upcoming final season of Sonic Prime, Nick Brawl 2, Cosmic Shake coming to PS5 and Xbox Series, or even Boti if you've played it? Be sure to leave everything down in the comments section below. Also be sure to subscribe and hit that bell for more updates from the world of platformer games. Once again, I've been Blue Knight. Thank you guys so much for watching and for the constant support. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys back here next time.